So I believe yesterday, it doesn't work. Because somebody knocked it over and it broke. There's a pencil sharpener up here. So yesterday, I believe we sort of grazed over the topic of, what if we subtract and we get a negative exponent? Okay, negative exponents are not allowed to stay negative. But what happens is you can rewrite them to go to the other side of the fraction bar and it'll turn positive. Okay, so if we write x to the negative a, what we can do is we can move x to the negative a to the denominator, and when it crosses that fraction bar, it becomes positive. Okay, if you have a negative exponent, it's going to be rewritten as 1 over x to the now positive exponent. Negative exponents are not allowed to stay in your final answer.
What is this the fraction?
What fraction?
1/2 x a.
So if it's like 1/2 x to the negative a, is that what you're asking? And this becomes 1/2 times 1 over x to the a, so 1 over 2x to the a. Like that. Hey, Cade. How are you? No, they're my W-2s. No, it's for my taxes.
You get taxes from school?
The school pays me to be your teacher. So then I have to file taxes because I make money.
What did that go to your normal mail?
No, because they don't mail it. They just give it to us here. And then I file my taxes with.
I have a personal question. I was just wondering.
Yeah, but it's personal.
I think about my teacher.
All right, so let's talk about x to the negative fifth. This becomes 1 over x to the 5th power.
I wrote it.
Yes.
So let's say it's 5 to the negative third. Would it then turn into 1?
Well, that would be 125, not 15. All right, how about this one? 3m to the negative second. So m to the negative second becomes 1 over m squared. So we would write this as 3 over m squared.
Like 3 is a mixed number. Never mind.
Okay. Okay, how many negative exponents do we have? We only have 1. This is the only thing with the negative exponent. So negative 7 and b to the third stay, and then we're going to move a to the fourth to the denominator. Do you see how that works?
Oh my gosh. I still don't get it.
Okay, so let's talk about this one right here. We had 3 times m to the negative second. So m to the negative second means 1 over m squared. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply 3 to 1 over m squared. Well, do I really have to write it like this, or can I just say, oh, okay, well, 3 is 3, and I know that a negative exponent is going to send to the denominator. So I'm gonna take m to the negative second, and it goes to m squared in the denominator.
On the top,
Mhm.
the negative one on the bottom.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, well, now let's kind of practice when we have other things going on. Okay, so what's happening here? We have multiplication. What do we do with our exponents when we multiply? We add them. What's 7 plus -9? -2. Now, here's what we haven't had to worry about yet. You cannot leave that as your answer. You will not get full credit on your quiz Tuesday if your answer is this. You would have to rewrite it to be 1 over w squared. This is so confusing.
I don't get how that.
Okay, are you okay with the -2 because of 7 plus -9? Okay, so
I'm not comfortable with the 1 over.
let me show you this. What if I said, what if we went from here and we said, okay, w to the 7th, he's normal, but w to the 9th has to go in the denominator because it's negative. Now, where are there more w's? Numerator or denominator? How many more? 2. So I better have 2 w's in our denominator. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So mathematically, these cancel, blah, 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 blah. And we have w times w left in our denominator. Okay, so you can either try to understand it or just pretend to complain more. Like, I can't really tell the difference right now.
I thought the 1 over the W was the answer though.
It is. He wanted to know mathematically why it was. I gave him a picture. DJ. Yes. Okay, let's look at another one. Take your own advice, Kyron. All right. What's 4 times 5? When we take c to the 8th times c to the -5th, that would become c to what power? Good. If we take d to the -3rd times d to the -1st, that would become d to the -4th, because we would add those together. So now what we're going to do, we cannot leave a negative exponent. So 20 and c to the 3rd, they get to stay, but our negative exponent has to travel to the denominator to become positive.
Wouldn't a -3 times -1 be a positive? Oh, it's addition.
We're adding, yeah. What's your issue, Brooks?
No, I just didn't realize.
Okay, light bulb moment there. Light bulb moment. Okay, so using your light bulb moments, you and your elbow partner are going to answer 6 and 7 together. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
If the coefficient at the negative is supposed to have top, it's still on bottom of the.
So it only matters if the exponent is negative. The coefficient like this. If the coefficient has a negative exponent, then it would have to. But if there's a negative out in front, it's a negative out in front. No. Like x to the negative 3 would have to be with the negative 12.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
Yes.
You do, right now. I do. Ready? Walk through what?
You're not shooting anything. You may slam dunk over here.
I know you did. It's only ruined.
I just ruin everything. It's part of my job description. Ruin children's day.
That's what my mom sounds like. She's like, who's at the top of me?
Now my third grader said the other day, I said, Riker, you need to stop talking back to me. And he said, well, isn't that how a conversation works?
You
know.
That was true.
That's all you see. Yeah. Like how
I laughed. Because it was funny. It, 1 times 1 is 1. You're adding the exponents, but like we have a coefficient of 1 and a coefficient of 1. Okay. Gabe and Ian, what is your answer for number 6?
-18/6 to the power of 11.
Like that?
Yep. Split.
Okay, you just said 6 and I got confused. Okay, so this becomes 6 times -3 is -18. When we multiply these two, we add our exponents, but we can't keep this negative exponent, so we move them downstairs and it becomes positive. Positively correct. Very nice work. All right, so I was clarifying something for a couple of our classmates here. If there is not a number in front of your variable, it's just an implied 1. So we have 1 times 1, which is 1.
Who said 2? 3.
Okay, so Kari and Reese, what did you get for your answer on this one?
A to the power of 2, B to the power of 5 divided by C.
Okay, do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, when we multiply these together, we add the exponents, add the exponents, add the exponents. We have 1 negative exponent we need to take to the downstairs. Okay. Ooh, this one is interesting. I like it. All right. People, they're driving me bonkers right now. Okay. Here we go. We have a quantity raised to the -2. This -2 has to be applied to everything inside. So this becomes 8 to the power of -2 and p to the power of -10 power to a power we multiply. Okay. Well, what does 8 to the -2 power mean? It does not mean that. I don't think that a negative exponent means I'm taking -8 times -8. I think a negative exponent means we take it to the denominator.
What?
Oh.
Just like p to the -10 means 1 over p to the 10. No, I want you to write this as 1 over 64 p to the 10th. I don't know what Karen said. Yes, Maddie.
Let's make it like this. Well, A here would be positive. So we bump A up here.
Uh-huh.
B down here.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Like that, yeah. Yeah.
Could you put an equation that's not all this 1 over 7? Say, 2 to the power of -7. How would you set that up? Would you set it up as 1 over 2?
Okay, 2 to the power of -2, since it's a negative exponent, would mean 1 over 2 to now a positive exponent.
So it's the only way.
Yes. Now, if we're talking about -2 squared, that's when we're talking about -2 times -2. Do you see the difference? Okay, a negative exponent means you have to go across the fraction bar. Okay. All right. So how about you write down what you think number 9 should be? Based on what we did in number 8, write down what you think number 9 should be.
So for this one, 18 went to the top and F went to the bottom. This one, 64 went to the bottom and 1 went up.
Okay, so this one, we have a negative exponent. So we have to rewrite it. This one does not have a negative exponent. It's negative, but the exponent's not negative. It's only if the exponent is negative.
So if the exponent is connected to the 8 directly, then.
Why does it?
What number again? 9? Okay,
Number 9.
thank you.
You're welcome.
That's my bad. I got 2,000.
What? What did you get? Yeah. All right, so I'm looking over Noah's shoulder and he got 1 over 125 y to the 6th.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Allison got that? Brooks got that? Okay, did you get that? All right. Because this is 5 to the -3rd, y to the -6th. Okay, now let's go down to number 12. You did not anticipate correctly. Okay, so this one you can look at 2 different ways. The most straightforward way, you could say, all right, we have division. 2 minus 5 is -3, so I have h to the -3, which means 1 over h cubed. You could also do this. Where do you have more h's, numerator or denominator? Denominator, how many more? 3, so h cubed is in the denominator. That's okay too. Okay. Now, when it changes is when you have a fraction with negatives in it. That strategy that I just said is not going to work here. Yes.
Why can't we multiply by negative exponents?
So we cannot leave negative exponents in our answer. It's just not mathematically acceptable. Kind of like we cannot have square roots in the denominator of a fraction. Okay, so we're dividing. So what are you saying? When we take this, we get c to the what?
-9.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Yeah. Okay. Why is it -9, Dave?
Because when you subtract the positive, you need to.
Okay. -2 minus 7 is what we have right there. Okay, right here, we have -1 minus -2. -1 minus -2 would give us 1.
Because the minus signs equal.
Because here's -2, and if we go -7,
The negative.
we're at -9.
The division of the.
Okay, but now if we're at -1 and we minus -2, well, minusing -2 is the same as adding 2. Okay, so this becomes D over C to the 9th. It's not so bad, is it?
You just get the name and it makes more sense. You understand.
Okay, so how about you and your elbow partner? Would you rather do 14 or 15?
14.
I heard 14. You do 14. You have 30 seconds. Bless you. Good golly, Miss Molly.
It's not a negative. Yeah.
It's not like you're
Finish. There's someone in this chair. Someone took this chair.
How about you stop leaning on it and it won't be a problem? Yes.
second. 6.
4 minus
You add up.
greater minus
You see the airport?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's been a while since. All right, what'd you get for your answer, Kyron?
2w to the power of 6.
Okay, 14 divided by 7 is 2. When we divide, we subtract our exponents. 4 minus -2 is a 6. Okay, I would like you to turn the page. No. We're gonna look at number 20, and this is what I want you to do. I want you to take what I circled in blue and put here, what I circle in red and put here, and then stop. Can you do that? You literally just did problem solving. So go back to page 11.
We're not supposed to solve yet, guys. Is it?
So look, on page 11, oh, it's so interesting that you didn't take notes. You didn't do like the work. 8 to the -2 is 61 over 64. 5 to the -3 is 1 over 1. Put your shoes on.
My
Some people are
vertical
built for five. Let's see if he's the.
Celebrate the word.
And I wasn't too much in I did it right for it and I erased it. I didn't write on that.
What is that, guys? I didn't like it.
Okay, listening is difficult. I get it.
Yeah, we talked.
So no, your verse like, what, don't put that.
Now my bird is 40. My bird last year, I don't have
See, listening's hard.
my bird is 40.
Hey,
barely get back
20
here.
seconds.
No, you couldn't even get the top line of the moon. Or the top line of the net. No, I'm 5'4". I have no. I know that.
All right, Connor, what'd you get for the blue?
I got 4 to
Okay,
-x to -6.
So that would be 1/16 x to the 6th y to the 12th. Do you agree? Why would you?
It's not 4, it's the bottom one. The bottom.
So 4 to the -2 means 1/4 squared.
That's what I got.
Okay. Okay, Allison, read me what you got initially for the reg.
1/6. 6y.
That.
Yeah.
I thought it was 8x because x.
So we're getting 2 to the -3rd, x to the -6, y to the -12th. This should be an 8. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have this. First of all, can we add these together?
Yes.
Yes, because we have x to the 6th, y to the 12th in both denominators. But are they ready to be added right now? No. Ah, we need to have common denominators. Since this is a 16 and this is an 8, we got to convert this to where this is a 16. Okay. So what we have is 1/16 x to the 6 y 12 plus 2/16, because that's the same as 1/8 x to the 6th y to the 12th. So it's 3/16 x to the 6th y to the 12th. No. Have we ever said, ooh, let's multiply by 2 to everything, including the exponents?
Yeah.
When have we done that?
When they're parentheses. No, you're wrong.
Well, when we have a 2 a power, do we have that? Do we have 2 a power here? We're literally multiplying by 2, multiplying by 2.
What's it called? Numbration of the board. It's like
To the
square, cube, and what's it before?
To the 4th.
Rectangle. Quadruple.
Well, if we're talking about like the function, it'd be like a quartic, but we just call it to the 4th, to the 5th, to the 6th.
We should say quartet.
Oh. Give me $5.
Okay, I have 2 things for you. If you can correctly simplify this challenge problem, you can show me and I'll give you a Jolly Rancher. Now, here's the deal. If you solve it and then let someone else copy off of you, that's not cool. I want it to be you.
It's work.
It doesn't have to be right now. It can be like you show me tomorrow. But your homework is page 13.
Will it be on the interview?
Well,
No,
yeah.
seriously?
Me and Connor work together.
So like I said, it doesn't have to be right now. It can be any time between now and tomorrow. Jolly Rancher. Okay. So page 13 is your homework.